Hello, divine souls. Welcome to Spiritual Bloom, where we bloom within our consciousness with your mentor and Twinflame guide, Neha. So, in today's episode, we will be talking about karmic and karmic cycle and how does it impact a person who is awakening in spirituality and also in a twin flame journey. So, many times when we talk about karmic people, we always see it in a negative light. Majority of people in twin flame journey have hatred towards karmic people. So let us dive deep and understand who are karmics. Karmics are people in the form of sister, mother, father, brother, husband, wife, relatives or friends. These people exist in our lives not to trouble us. They have been a part of our lives in the past life, where we had played bitter roles in their lives. We had troubled them in some shape or form. So to balance that injustice, the universe sends them to our lives to balance cycles in this life for the pain, suffering, trauma we caused them in the past life. The universe does no injustice. It always knows how to balance cycles. So what is the role of karmics? The role of karmic in a twin flame journey. So the karmics show up in our lives not just to balance past life cycle but also to humble us and teach valuable life lessons. Before a person awakens, he is full of pride and ego and always considers the other person inferior. Universe observes everything. So in order to humble them, karmics show up and teach them lessons which causes ego death and helps them to awaken and ascend. Similarly, in the twin flame journey, as both the counterparts move forward in this journey, carrying out their inner work, they come into contact with karmics or realize that their own family members are karmics. In twin flame journey, both the divine feminine and the divine masculine have karmics who are parents, siblings, or husband and wife if they are married. The more they come into alignment in this journey and ascend, the more the karmics around them becomes active and starts triggering the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This trigger is necessary to awaken them and bring them out of the comfort zone. It is only when they will come out of comfort zone they will take their stand and get rid of fear, doubt, which does not let them come into union. Once they recognize their karmics, their karmic patterns, and unjust behavior towards themselves by the karmics, they start reflecting and taking steps for themselves, and gradually they take a stand and come into their authentic self. So now, let's understand what is a karmic cycle. Karmic cycle, it is a cycle where a person carries on from its past life. Karmic cycles are lessons which comes into our lives to teach us meaningful lessons so that we can move ahead to a higher version of ourselves. These lessons are not just teachings to be learned but also should be applied in the upcoming days once you are done with your old karmic cycles. As you move ahead into another karmic cycle, once one cycle ends and you need to carry forward those valuable lessons and apply it in your life. So many times many people ask, what is a karmic cycle and how long does it last? Right? There is a time phase for a particular kind of karmic cycle where one cycle ends and we move into another cycle. So, the karmic cycle depends on our past life karmas along with karmas from this life. The timing of this karmic cycle depends on these factors. The important part of this cycle is that sometimes it feels like an endless loop and doesn't seem to end. That happens when we act stubborn or fail to understand the valuable lesson universe is trying to teach us. Until and unless we don't learn from our past mistakes and don't repeat them, these cycles will feel like an endless loop. Hence, to come out from one karmic cycle, one should be alert and aware and try not to repeat the same mistake again and again. In a twin flame journey, the karmic cycle is not just about learning valuable life lessons, but paying off the karmic debts which we have been carrying since past life, and sometimes the counterparts have to pay not just their karmic debt but also the debts of their ancestors and get rid of any kind of generational curse. Once gradually they come out of these karmic cycles, harmonious union and permanent union becomes inevitable. Karma or karmic cycles in the life of divine masculine and divine feminine seems like toxic family patterns where parents or siblings dominate and they feel oppressed and bound to live in such environment due to financial lack and instability. Sometimes the divine masculine's wife or the divine feminine's husband, if they are married, also plays role of karmic when they are married. Other karmas include ill health, financial loss, job loss, career instability, cheating or fraud in money, abuse, physically, mentally, and many other things. The karmas of our ancestors comes with us in this birth automatically through our DNA because they failed to fulfill the karmic debt due to poverty, early death, or realization of karma at a later stage in their lives. That's why they choose someone from their upcoming bloodline to clear the curse and karmic debt. So next time you complain about being stuck in a certain karmic loop, remember that you are here to clear not just your karmic debts but also the karmic debts of your entire bloodline, and that is the reason why they chose you, because what you can do or are doing, nobody else could have done it. So instead of cursing your timeline and karmas, accept it, learn from it, and move ahead. And remember that you are here with a purpose and responsibility. So I am closing today's episode on this note that the more you come into acceptance with your karmas, it will be easier for you to release them and ascend in your journey. So my dear friends, I hope you liked this episode on karma and karmic cycles. If this episode really resonated with your heart, please like, share and subscribe. Please support my channel so that I can bring more nice and good content for you people and teach you and educate you through my life experiences in this journey. For any kind of personal details, you can WhatsApp or email me, and my contact details are given in the description box and even in the beginning and ending of the video. Thank you for watching and listening to me.